Hello there, everybody. Welcome back, and I'm here to be talking about Dune 2021. Now, Dune 2021 is the newest film by Denis Villeneux. I know I pronounced that wrong, my bad. And his past work has been something remarkable. He made Sicario, Blade Runner 2049, Prisoners, and a whole bunch of other films I can't quite remember off the top of my head. But he's one of those few directors, I feel, that a lot of people can agree has barely, if ever, made a bad movie. And the expectations for this film by critics and fans and everyone is like through the roof. And this is kind of interesting because it's one of those few cases on something really popular blowing up and all that type of success that I had no idea about, because this is based off the novel. And I did hear, like, what caught my interest was not only the cast, which has Timothée Chalamet, Jason Momoa, Oscar Isaac, Rebecca Ferguson, Zendaya, all sorts, Josh Brolin, all sorts of big actors, Javier Bardem, many more that are in this movie. Not only is the cast stacked, it looked like a great movie from the trailers and all. It just seemed like so much to unpack that I was kind of nervous going in a way, because I don't know the material, I don't know the lore. I just didn't feel like I'd be able to connect with the movie. But upon seeing it, I think it's safe to say that not only did this film live up to my curious expectations, but I do think this was a really good movie, and it's up there with some of my favorites this year, which, to be fair, isn't saying that much because I haven't really been able to see as much as in past years. I think I just barely saw more than last year, and last year was pretty, not that much to watch, unfortunately, movie-wise. But this film definitely was something special. Now, I went to see it with my mom, and she didn't know about this either, but, like, the main plot is really interesting. So, like, it's a huge, like, grand epic. People were comparing it to, like, Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, which, fun fact, from what I've been hearing, the novel that this is based off of was one of the inspirations for the original Star Wars. So it's kind of interesting how it feels like, and there's lots of elements that are similar, like the main planet that everyone's fighting for like the supply, like the really special material, spice, I believe is what it's called, is like on this deserty planet, which is really similar to Tatooine. A lot of the spaceship elements and creatures that you see in the movie are really similar. There's lots of similarities. Not trying to say Star Wars ripped them off or anything, but it's just really interesting to think about. And of course, you follow the main character, who's Timothée Chalamet, and he's like the heir to like this grand throne and stuff. And for Oscar Isaac, who's the current guy in charge, they get into an agreement to go to the most dangerous planet in the universe, it said, for the material, the spice, which is so important for wealth and survival and stuff. But it's really dangerous there. And of course, a lot of crazy stuff happens when they end up going there. And there's lots of big explosions, epic music. Like, this music hits. Like, the music, like, they could just be talking, it's like, Dune! And it's like blaring loud and everything. And I'm just like, I'm getting so invested in something that I probably wouldn't care about normally. But the music really hits, man. It's so good. Hans Zimmer, who is known to work with Christopher Nolan a lot, did the score for this. And I heard the reason why he didn't do Tenet and why they got the Black Panther guy to do that is because he loved Dune so much, he wanted to score that movie. And he's coming back for part 2. Like, they announced that there's going to be a sequel, which is great because how the movie ends sets up for a sequel, because I hear this is part 1 of the book or whatever. So I'm really fascinated. I think this was a hugely epic movie. I'm really glad I went to theaters with, because I was tempted to just watch at home. Since I've been busy, I don't really have time to get out. But there was a chance me and my mom could go out, and we're like, let's do it. Let's watch it. Even though it was an option on streaming, we saw it in IMAX, and the experience, like, every time it switched to the world where all the spices and stuff, the screen was ginormous. It felt great. I loved it so much, how epic the movie felt. I truly think that, I want to say, if it wasn't in the current situations we're in, if this was like pre-COVID, I want to say that this movie would have been as big as Lord of the Rings and stuff, but unfortunately, I just don't know. I think that it would have probably bombed, unfortunately, because this director, he makes great movies, but his track record for money is not good. Like, I believe the Blade Runner movie he last made bombed, and like all these movies don't really make that much money. So this movie costs a ton of money to make. So it's like you want him to succeed and all because he's so good, and everything here for a great movie, the cast, the score, the visuals, the story, everything here is for a really great movie. But it just doesn't always make a lot of money for some reason. But I'm hoping that the people that did see it spread the word, because it did make a decent amount of money. It made open to 40 million. It made a decent amount, and it's rising worldwide. But they're comparing it to like Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. It just doesn't make that type of money. But in the same area where the film is being compared to, it makes sense. But with all that said, those are my thoughts on Dune 2021. So if you guys got a chance to see this movie, if so, what did you think about it? Please let me know down below in the comment section, and hit the subscribe button and the bell as well to get notified when I upload. Again, thank you all so much, and I'll catch you all later. Bye.